So that's Harbaugh. Let's pivot to Payton.
Yeah,
We talked earlier about Texans, Broncos, Cardinals, Panthers, and he said yesterday on Colin Cowherd's show the Saints want a mid to late first-round pick if he's hired in this cycle. I think Payton believes that with each passing year, the Saints should want less and less, but I don't think he wants to pass on another year because, again, you're not going to replace the $20 million. That money's never coming back. And that's a very real concern. If I sit out another year, I make whatever Fox pays, I don't know, $2 million. I'm just guessing. That's a lot less than $20 million. That's an order of magnitude, as they call it at the higher institutions of learning. That's a zero that you take off that number. That's a lot to walk away from if you're Sean Payton, if you know you can get 20 or more now.
Yeah, I mean, again, I money, I'm sure, is part of the situation. I'm sure he's already got a boatload of it. He was one of those guys that I think was,
always want more.
Well,
I don't care how much you have, you always want more.
I'm not judging. I get it. I mean, but by all due accounts, he seems like he was a guy that was around 15, maybe north of that. Anyways,
yes,
with the
north,
New Orleans Saints,
north.
right? North, right? So, but I think with all that being said, and you've alluded to this over the last few weeks. First off, I mean, he's one of these guys you classify he's a psycho. He's a psycho in a good way. He can't. What, sitting in the studio picking games? What? He's probably picking his hair out of his head because he wants to be out there coaching. That's who he is. He's a leader of men. He's the general. And then he's a psycho who likes to get in the lab and come up with crazy game plans and plays to screw a team over. As I just feel like he's addicted to that adrenaline and the power and the creativity and the adrenaline of a Sunday and all that, to where that's where I feel like he's just going to be chomping at the bit too. And of course, he's got a lot of good years in front of him too. He's in the prime of his coaching career right now. So I mean, I just, it feels inevitable, and I'm with you. It's going to be back. It's just, where is it going to happen? And I think that's a small price to pay as far as a late to mid first round pick for a guy like Sean Payton.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think of what a coach means to a team, what a good coach means, and I know it all comes down to players, and the players are the ones who go out and do it. And as Dick Vermeil said at his Hall of Fame induction speech back in August, which doesn't seem all that long ago, but was, he said, I became a much smarter coach once I had Marshall Faulk. I mean, that is a big part of it, but great coaches do the things we talked about earlier.
Definitely.
Spending all that time, obsessing over everything, staying ahead of the competition, staying ahead of yourself, getting ready for every game, because it all comes down to a play here, a play there, a moment here, a moment there. And if quarterbacks, middle of the pack, are going to be getting $30, $35 million a year now, coaches should be getting more than that. A good coach means more than an average quarterback does to any given team, without question. And there's no salary cap on coaches. I think there is collusion. And I think this clamoring for Sean Payton, regardless of where he ends up, and whether he ends up with Tom Brady or not, just the mere fact that there's this contest to go get Sean Payton and that someone's going to give up value and pay a lot of money to Payton, that's kind of a middle finger to the powers that be, because I think they'd like coaches to have less influence than maybe they should, than maybe they do, maybe they will. Once Payton emerges from this thing, maybe the highest paid coach or close to it in all the NFL. And this is something we've talked about in the past. We never really know exactly what a coach is making, because these owners will funnel money to them through other business interests to kind of keep down the official number. That's part of the collusion, if it's happening, allegedly or otherwise. Oh, the official number is 15, but he's making another 7, 8, 9, 10, elsewhere. So there are multiple coaches north of 20. They just don't talk about it very much. And this is the first time we're kind of having this open, candid conversation about what a coach is going to get in that magnitude, in that ballpark. I think it will be north of 20. We may never know the actual number, Chris, but I think Sean Payton's going to come back and he's going to be making a ton of money, and it's going to cause other great coaches to make a ton of money too, as they should, for what they put in, for their expertise, for their experience, for their skill, and for the sheer raw effort that is put in to the detriment of the rest of their lives, their health, their relationships. They deserve every penny.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. It's a brutal job. It's intense. It's got incredible scrutiny surrounded by it. Takes you away from your family. It's as pressure packed as it gets, as intense as it gets, and I mean, there's no sport in the world that coaching is more important for football. I mean, none. That's the great thing about football. You know, you see a team like the Giants. The team hasn't changed around all that much. Look at what a good coach came in and did to them. All right. Oh, my gosh. Holy cow. Can they go in and upset Philadelphia? I mean, we're starting the year going there. Can they win 4 games? But a coach does things the right way, plays it the right way, schemes the right way. I mean, it's changing people's lives, let alone, like, how could they not make more money? How could they not? How could the guy in the booth who's just talking about the game make more money than the damn guy that's producing the damn game and all the great plays and the entertainment and doing all the hard work to really make it good anyways? It makes no sense. Right. So that's where, yes, I would think Belichick, the Andy Reids, the Pete Carrolls of the world, they're all, I would think, flirting in that 20 million range. And I got no problem with that at all. You're right. There's a lot of really below average quarterbacks making more money than that, and that doesn't seem right.
An interesting study to do if anybody ever had access to the real numbers, and the problem is we don't and we won't. You track the growth of player salary and total revenue for the NFL over the last 50 years, and then you get the detailed coaching salaries and track them and their growth. You would see the disparity.
Yeah.
They have successfully held coaching pay down even in the absence of a salary cap. It's impressive when you consider it. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.